and welcome to the second episode of our fashion history series, Fashion Icons of History. In today's episode, we are diving deep into ancient Egyptian fashion, in particular the style of the iconic Queen Nefertiti. Ancient Egyptian fashion is one of the most fascinating ones that I'm a huge fan of because of the love I have for linen and white garments, and I was even hoping to be able to sew a dress inspired by ancient Egyptian styles this summer, if I ever managed to get to it. And I also really love their intricate, gorgeous jewelry, especially the ones with lapis lazuli is just gorgeous. As we explore the garments and accessories that define this era, we are also going to see the enduring influence of ancient Egyptian fashion in modern fashion. In ancient Egypt, fashion was remarkably consistent throughout the centuries, with both men and women favoring the light and airy linen made from flax grown by the Nile. Linen, due to its airy quality, was well suited to the hot climate, and it was usually left in its natural crinkled texture or meticulously pleated to create visual interest. Clothes were usually draped and simple, with minimal cutting of the fabric. In ancient Egypt, men usually wore knee-length skirts called shanty, which hung in folds in the front, while women wore ankle-length dresses, which sometimes even featured detachable sleeves. Both genders accessorized with belts to add a pop of color and cinch the waist. Ancient Egyptian royalty and nobility showcased their wealth and status through intricate jewelry and accessories made from precious metals like gold, silver, and semi-precious stones like amethyst, turquoise, and lapis lazuli. Silver was rarer and more expensive than gold. Jewelry was worn from head to toe and incorporated sacred and symbolic motifs from the natural world, reflecting the relationship and connection between the ancient Egyptians and their natural environment. Queen Nefertiti, the enchanting wife of Pharaoh Akhenaten, was renowned for her political influence and beauty during the 14th century BCE. Her name literally translates to "a beautiful woman has come," and her allure is heightened by the mysteries surrounding her and the theories regarding her sudden unexplained disappearance without a trace. Her iconic look was defined by a distinctive crown, a tall and flat-topped headpiece worn exclusively by her. Nefertiti often wore these finely pleated linen dresses that accentuated her regal figure, and her dresses were usually gathered at the bust, creating this high-waisted silhouette and undefined sleeves. Although artistic depictions often show her garments as really sheer, in reality her garments were probably made from thicker linen, and this representation of New Kingdom royals with really sheer garments was an aid to showing off the divine body, and sometimes it was so sheer in fact that it looked almost transparent. Nefertiti and her 6 daughters were regarded as fertility goddesses, which is why images and statues from the era depict her with a curvy figure wearing tight garments, but that is likely a symbolic representation and doesn't reflect reality, as garments from the era were much looser than depicted. Due to linen being a naturally difficult fabric to dye, it tended to be used white, and ancient Egyptians of all social classes tended to use eye-catching, colorful jewelry to add personality and a pop of color to their outfits. Nefertiti's signature style was further enhanced by opulent accessories and jewelries featuring vibrant colors and intricate details. Her love of statement accessories such as cuffs, collars, and earrings added a touch of luxury to her ensembles. Makeup played a significant role in ancient Egyptian culture, serving aesthetic, ritualistic, and health purposes. And it wasn't just for special occasions either. Both the female and male gender of ancient Egyptians would adorn their faces daily to enhance their appearance and also protect themselves and their skin from the harsher desert climate. Queen Nefertiti's love of makeup and cosmetics left a lasting impression on modern society. She embraced kohl, which is a dark eye pigment known for its dramatic looks, but also for its potential protective properties against eye infections. She accentuated her lips and cheeks with red ochre and used henna to dye her fingernails and toenails, adding vibrant pops of color to her appearance. Her talent for combining beauty and power has cemented Nefertiti's place as one of history's most influential and unforgettable style icons. The fascination with ancient Egypt, known as Egyptomania, has left a profound impact on modern fashion. In the 1920s, the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb and the unveiling of Nefertiti's bust in Berlin ignited a passion for all things Egyptian in the Art Deco era. Designers incorporated elements such as draped flowing fabrics, exotic embroidery, and motifs like pyramids, lotus flowers, and scarabs into their creations. The iconic mummy wrap dress emerged during this period and was later reimagined as the 2000s skin-tight bandage dresses. Nefertiti's signature beauty look, defined by darkly outlined eyes, red lips, and dark hair, has also left an indelible mark on the world of cosmetics and further cemented her place and her status as a timeless fashion icon. So I thought it might be fun to imagine what a contemporary Nefertiti would like to wear, and I went and looked at my favorite brands that made me think of her and some garments, and I've curated a list that will be appearing soon on the screen, and everything is going to be linked down below in the description box. So this is the first mood board I created. All of these three outfits are from a brand called GAIA. They are quite a high-end brand that I adore. Like, I'm so drooling over their designs. So creative, so well made, and just, it's a craft, you know, the way they are constructed. And these fabrics with their white color and pleats, all of these draping techniques are so ancient Egyptian coded in my opinion. They look amazing on these models. And I also love all of these jewelries that are from this brand called Cleopatra's Bling. That is my favorite jewelry brand that I have never purchased from yet. They make ancient inspired jewelry with a story behind it. If you go to click on their websites, by the way, this is not sponsored, none of these are sponsored, but if you go and click on their website, you will see that there's a story behind and inspiration of each design. I love these cicada earrings, for example, on the bottom right, that are just so beautiful, and I don't like bugs, but I would so wear those, and it's just so Egyptian coded, also because, you know, they were wearing a lot of beetles and stuff, and these birds with lapis lazuli, the ring, it just looks like those pieces you would see in a museum. They just look, they are handmade, I think, and they just look like they're straight out of a museum. I adore GAIA, and if I win the lottery, there will be signs. So this is the second mood board I created, and let's start from the left. The left and the middle are dresses from a brand called FAITHFULL, the brand. They are an Australian brand that I love, and they make these beachy, linen-y clothes that are really beautiful. I chose this one on the left because thanks to the belt with the gems, it just gives so much ancient Egyptian vibes, and also the cut of the dress kind of looks like the color series dresses that they used to wear. And the jewelry again is, all the jewelry in all of the mood boards are from Cleopatra's Bling, and I love the foot carved gem that is just so unique, and the snake cuffs just look so Egyptian, because if you remember in one of the previous slides there was this this is not a slide. In one of the previous pictures I put, there was this a ring with the snake, and it was just so similar to this. The dress in the middle with these waves, it just reminded me of this other sculpture from ancient Egypt that has this beaded dress. Obviously it's hard to recreate in today's world, but it's just as close as it can get. The dress on the very right is from SEZANE, and it's pleated, and I think it's polyester, because for pleated things to keep their pleats, and since we don't have servants like Nefertiti, we need to use polyester, otherwise you will have to iron it every time into those beautiful pleats. Alright, so this is the next slide, and I keep saying slide, guys, I don't know what it is. This is not a school presentation. And the very first left black dress is from Sir the Label, which is another label that is a brand that I adore and can't afford. And I love the strap with the gems in it. It's just so gorgeous. I think that this dress would be amazing in white as well, but I've given enough white examples, so here's a black one. And I love it also with the sandals and all of the jewelry, again from Cleopatra's Bling. And the dress in the middle is from SEZANE. I think that this crochet design reminds me again of that beaded dress. I think that's as close as you can get, like with that texture and the colors. That's the point of that dress, honestly. I mean, and on the very right, that's a JACQUEMUS dress, and I actually tried on the mini version of that dress. It was so gorgeous. It gives both, like, it just gives ancient world, but it gives both ancient Greek, Roman, and ancient Egyptian. Honestly, I think that a real current world modern Nefertiti would so wear these. And I love the detail in that necklace on the top right, because if you notice, the chains are held by two carved hands that are so beautiful, and you can add, like, for example, that foot charm onto the necklace and it just becomes so beautiful. And I think that the brooch at the bottom left is Tutankhamun with some gems, etc. Just amazing. And the earrings on top are some Egyptian inspired designs, I think. So gorgeous. Next we have this beachier mood board I created with the color scheme in mind, which is brown, blue, gold, and white. A color scheme that I think is unbeatable, honestly, especially if you have like olive skin. And I know that the dress on the left in macrame in these robes, it's by the way from FAITHFULL, is not everyone's cup of tea, but I actually really like it, especially for the beach. It has lots of texture, it's really original. I think that it again reminds me of that museum dress as well. I love the combination of lighter hues with darker versions of the same hue. So this lapis lazuli jewelry goes so well with the linen dress from, again, FAITHFULL in the middle. Amazing. And blue and gold also go incredibly well together, and brown and blue as well. So the earrings on top with the blue lapis lazuli dangly things and the eye of I believe Ra is just so original, and I can imagine it like so sculptural and statementy on this model with the blue dress. And the pendant in lapis lazuli, same thing. There's again a Tutankhamun theme going on with that charm, and oh, I love those sun earrings, and they go so well with that white set that's from Reformation. And I love that the skirt looks so similar to those shanties, and the top kind of gives ancient Egyptian as well if you think about it. And I think that all of these are incredible. I would give so much to have all of these in my wardrobe. So amazing. As we conclude our journey through the ancient Egyptian fashion and the timeless style of Queen Nefertiti, it's clear to me that the indelible mark of ancient Egypt is still a source of inspiration for fashion lovers and designers alike. Thank you so much for joining me for this second episode of our Fashion Icons of History series. And if you enjoyed this video, stay tuned for episode 3, and remember to give this video a like, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to my channel to get notified every time I upload new fashion history videos, as well as sewing and contemporary fashion content too. Thank you so much again, and see you in the next video.